It wasn't just about like knowledge, but how do you actually implement this into your own LinkedIn strategy? When we can share our story, we get to direct that narrative, right? We get to tell who we are, what we're about, why we're doing what we're doing. When we are in a position of influence, we have the opportunity to drive change.
I think what motivated me to join the challenge is I didn't know exactly what the challenge was going to be about. I think I attended one of your previous LinkedIn lives and you mentioned it. And I was like, okay, I'll just join because, it was free.
Attending your Latina Visibility Challenge just opened up so much for me, like so many doors of like just pushing me to all the things that I've had in my head, like just go forward and do it.
I really learned that sometimes just taking the first step and putting yourself out there, not knowing where exactly it's going to take you, can be incredibly rewarding.
It's something about hitting that record button gets like no me salen las palabras. What do I say? I forgot my thought.
Who else feels like that online?
You would think as like a marketer or social media, like the recording myself wouldn't scare me, but when it comes to like talking about me, sharing what's in my mind for personal reasons, it's like se me olvida cómo hacer mi trabajo. Just sharing my own personal experience in video format was like beautiful, that a lot of people resonated with it. The perfectionist in me was always like stopping me from just doing it.
Your unique voice and your unique perspective is actually valuable. If this knowledge is going to help somebody else, then let me do it. As scary as it was in the beginning for the video, it was very rewarding to see, okay, there's actually people benefiting from this knowledge.
Yeah. A couple things I just want to highlight too, because it's really important. Even in creating the challenge, I thought about our Latino values, and comunidad is a big one. And so I think that's part of why this challenge works so well, is because everybody was really supporting each other in the process. When you start to think about, can this really impact someone else? Can I make a difference? That why becomes more important than your fear. Visibility is not just a nice to have, it is our responsibility. You can't be it if you don't see it.
Public speaking has always been a challenge for me. I'm comfortable with one-on-ones, but just stepping into the spotlight just made me shy away.
Yeah, I might be wrong to that person, but I'm sharing my experience. I'm sharing what I've learned as a professional in the industry. And my marketing journey is probably different than their marketing journey, and that's still valid.
You really just have to speak to your community, your people, whoever that is, whether it's, Latina professionals, whether it's small businesses, whoever your audience is that's who you want to speak to.
Jobs will come and go, but really what you're investing in yourself is what is the most important.
Growth can be very uncomfortable, but in community, it does make it easier.
I even started crying porque soy una chillona,
Pero chillona, pero chingona, right? How do you take up space in the world? What does that look like?
Joining this group like really opened my eyes to like participating more in community and uplifting each other and uplifting other Latinas. When am I ever going to be able to post along with my community, along with my Latinas? Because we were all there and you were encouraging us to show up for each other. Like, just engage, just comment, just boost it.
I had to learn how to be comfortable feeling uncomfortable and learn from those experiences, right? And not give up and learn that it doesn't have to be perfect.
Listen, people, listen. You complain about it. Then do something about it. Be the change, right? One of the things that I noticed the most was how desperately Latinas still want to feel heard and seen and understood. We can come back to each other and be in the safe space and talk about some of the common challenges that we have. And that can be really nurturing and refreshing and just a sigh of relief.
This is a tough job market. I've seen the horror stories on LinkedIn of people going at it and being through it.
It was supposed to be the week before originally, and then I changed it.
Ugh.
So I don't know, maybe the universe just conspired because it knew that certain folks needed it that week.
And
If we want to see change, we need to be able to be a part of it.
you have control as to like the results that you want, and life happens. It just depends on how you move. Me reaching out to complete strangers, just like, yo, I want to learn about what you're doing, or how did you get to this? That's what I'm aspiring to. You could manifest all you want, but if you only manifest and not take action, not do, it's just a thought.
Don't reject yourself. Let other people do it. Don't be the first one to reject yourself. Put yourself out there. Let your voice be heard, because we are our biggest critics.
Let's collaborate. Let's share strategies. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's be each other's emotional support. There's no competition. I want more Latinas to be visible. I want our stories to be shared. Like yesterday was National Latina Day, and it was so fun and exciting to see so many stories out there and people taking pride in who they are. People really want community. People are in different stages. Not everyone can afford one-on-one coaching because it is, a higher ticket investment. The thoughts impact your emotions, your emotions impact your actions.
When it comes to me walking in that advice that I give and what I say, it's so I think that's what's going to keep me motivated and pushing, and also talking more about myself.
Prioritize yourself the first 15
Yeah.
minutes of every single day,
Mhm.
right? Because again, this is all a reflection. Like, it's a metaphor for a life too. It's so much more than beyond the platform. I woke up and I hit over 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. And so I was like, wow. And to me, the way that I'm looking at it, because I know we can't get caught up in the vanity metrics of it, but I never started writing to be a content creator. Like, in the end, it's all about comunidad. And so I see this as an opportunity to celebrate comunidad. At the end of the day, everything happens in and through relationships.